Hello. No, I don't want to say hello. That means go low hell. Hello. I'm sorry I said that. And then when I do fall in the habit of saying, I'm sorry, and then I have to feel sorry. You know what? It's got to be constantly alert, awake and aware. Because it's actually in every moment of now is where our power is, our power of choice. And the sense of free will is your power, your ability to choose whether you're going to trust your inner guide or you're going to trust the mind and the thoughts. Yes, there's divine mind. If we want to have a mind, we can call it divine mind. But remember, we talked about one time, you can't think out of the box because thinking is the box. You just go into another box, a reality box. It's like, oh, this is my reality, and I'm comfortable in here and I don't want anything else, you see. So you've got to be conscious and alert and awake and aware in every moment. It's really cool, like walking here on the ice and the snow. And it's like keeping my knees bent, and I'm not going barefooted right now, it's because it's a little too cold. That's not what I want. But I'll tell you, when I was trekking in the Himalayas and up about 10, 11,000 feet, and the Sherpa there that carried me out, because I had to leave there from illness of the body, but he was barefooted in the snow. They were used to it. They had like crust around the feet. But they also had a lot of the tuberculosis and a lot of things because didn't have the protection for the body. So to be alert and awake and aware and conscious of our choice in every moment. And I know that when I leave my center, that's when I make a mistake. When I leave my inner compass and I'm following what other people are saying or what they're telling me to do. I'll tell you, if I had a regret, that I didn't breastfeed my daughters. Oh no, because it wasn't the thing. Get the corn syrup and evaporated milk. Can you believe that? I mean, if we want to feel guilty and such, we've got so much for that. But what we have to go back to is our naivete, because we trusted. And to trust has rust in it. It's a trust somebody or something outside, rather than an inner knowing. And we're looking to see, what do I do? How do I become a mother? Or how do I be a father? And I remember right when I was born and I sensed my mother had envy, and my father was afraid how to take care of a child, how to take care of a baby. See, when we're conscious, alert, and aware, we don't allow our senses to control us. And in that sense, it's like if you're working on your body and you want to be healthy and you notice the kind of sugar and junk that you've been eating and all this making the body sick. You don't want to have the body sick. If you're going to be here, you're going to want to feel good. You want to be able to do stuff, you see, because then, and to do that, you have to really, really anchor in yourself, because everything's a distraction. So much distraction all the time. Then you got the people around you, their moods and their thoughts and their reality and all that going on, and always trying to manage the situation and make sure there's no surprises. Well, when you're centered in the now, there's never a surprise in that sense of what you don't want, because when you're in your center, you're in the bliss. Bliss is just basically a state of being without thinking. It's your natural state. The happiness, the love, the joy, the feelings, the compassion, all this comes as in our relationship first with our own self, the God presence, the divine mother, the divine father, who love us and adore us as an example for us to love to adore, to take care of, to care about the welfare of all, especially our children. And when we're awake, alert, and aware, those thoughts, those memories, those ideas, any of that stuff that comes to mind, because we all have done things that we regret, in a sense, yes, or we wish we hadn't. And yet, there's nothing you could do about it. It's done. And when you realize that it was not natural, but it was something we learned, we were taught, or when I volunteered at the Camarillo Mental Hospital for children, and found that these children had actually all come into this world normal and fine, but they had become perverted and strange and just, you wouldn't believe, from abuse. And real divine beings, always in their free will, are choosing their heart, kindness, compassion. They don't allow their senses to control them. They don't go eat some big thing that they know, like, it's like, why I'm a vegetarian. Yeah, I started first from the health idea because I'd had a stroke in the body. And I thought, well, what caused that? So let me get over it. And there was the psychology of it and the biology of it, you see. So then in my being awake, aware, and conscious, I take a look at if there's something that involves the killing of an animal, the blood. I don't have blood thirst. No. I like raw organic cream, milk thirst. Wow. This is what it's all about, I'm telling you. It's really good. So anyway, I then make my choice. Doesn't matter what other people are doing. Doesn't matter whether people get upset with you because you're doing this. I know my little mom, she couldn't help it. This is where she was coming from. Thanksgiving, when I said, no, I don't eat the turkey, I'm vegetarian. Well, you've ruined the day. Well, how did I ruin the day? But you know what? Was I going to change? No. And whatever people are doing, they're getting the result of that. And when we're awake, aware, and conscious, and we're tuned to our inner compass and guide, it's like, and you can see it in baby kitties and baby dogs and baby cows on India and taking care of baby cows. Oh my gosh. And the mamas. And take care of big Brahma bulls. Oh my goodness. Sweet, wonderful. So, pretty wild. But that thing of choice, then, yeah, there's a lot of stuff you could be doing. But you have an eternal existence. And what happens when people make choices from their mind, their programming, their conditioning, their sense gratification, their sex desire, or whatever it may be, not love desire, the food, the eating thing. I can't believe the people that would put the stuff in their body and then wonder why the body's sick and say, well, what can I do? Well, what can I do? The only one we really have any charge over to charge are isn't that interesting? Money term, yeah, charge, and it's an electrical term, is ourselves. And when we give then our own, this mind, the thinking, words, rules, right, to someone else to then guide us and control us as if we're lost in the wilderness, wilderness, as if the wild is bad. It's natural, it's harmonious in that level, being, a tree's a tree. And who are you going to serve this day? It's the cracking of the ice. It's so cool out here. Who are you going to serve this day? God or Mammon? And I don't mean that psychopathic God, the blood God. I'm not into that. I'm into the divine. The mother, the father, the loving, the kindness, the giving. And when people say, oh, that's not realistic. Realistic? Real eyes? I have real eyes? Yes, it is. That's our natural state of being. And you have an eternal existence. And whatever we're doing here is reinforcing one's belief system, or you have cast that all off, especially for this. If you use the season of the, like winter, to go into meditation, to go into your center, to go into that and go beyond all of the race wars, nation wars, family wars, business wars, competition. It's all based on greed, miserliness, anger, hatred, jealousy, envy, death. I'm life itself, and so are you. And the cool thing, when I'm awake, aware, conscious, and alert, oh, there's a little squirrel just ran off there. He didn't know I saw him. That was cool. I'm present. I'm here. I don't have to take selfies also to remember that I was there, because I wasn't really there. I was busy taking the selfie of my being there, but I wasn't there. It's like I have all these friends out there. They're not your friend. You got to be your own best friend. Yeah. Because when your mind is not your friend, and when you get that and you understand that, and I tell you, when I first started really taking responsibility for the body and cleaning the colon, it was huge. It was huge. It's like, oh my gosh, I have to be in charge of this? I don't know anything about it. No, because we've all given our power to everybody else. You tell me how to live, what to eat, what to drink, what to do, how to be, and then make it whatever's popular. Who's telling you that? I don't do what's popular. People say, act your age. What age? I'm not age. That's a time machine. And to actually, when you are awake, alert, conscious, and aware, and you also have received and are using knowledge that helps you to tune into yourself and to what would you say, be turning on, opening up that flow of divine knowing and knowledge and experience. And now you're not living in somebody's movie. You're not living as some character. You are being who you are. And that is pleasure. See, the love of God is supreme pleasure for the soul. And where do you love? It's here. And where are you? Here. And you're, in one sense, everywhere, because you're part of, we all are, the same source. And there are many species of various types of, humans and animals and all these are all, what science has decided and all of this. And there may be those around you or in the world that really don't understand love. They understand violence, force, lies, harming children, anyone, because they want that. and they feel they have the right to do that, takes a lot when you say, hey, I'm an eternal being, and what is to be is up to me. And when you tune in, and that's where you do your work, your meditation, your breathing, your centering without thinking, you're observing, seeing how it's operating and what's going on, and trusting yourself. You're home free. Yeah. You've always been free. And when you observe and see how it is, it all just falls apart. And what's real is revealed. So, this season, it's a season, and there's a seasoning people use in cooking. Isn't it interesting when you look at words? Of giving. And are you giving of yourself? You know, when I come home, I have to first put everything down and go see my kitty cat, because she says, people are more important than things. And when we get there's real people, and you know who you are, and then there's others who we don't know who they are or what they are. All I know is who I am. And when I could trust my inner compass, I'm alert, I'm conscious, I'm awake, I'm aware, I can walk on the ice. Mm-hmm. I can fly. Yeah. Claim your joy. Open it up. Let all the hatred go, all the anger go. Just let yourself, just give yourself permission to receive the present of the now, you.